Hello, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, and today I am talking about my actual productivity toolkit that I use on a daily basis to run my own life and this publishing company. Quick note, some of the links in the description will be affiliate, which means you will be monetarily supporting the channel and company without any additional cost to you. Let's start with the physical things. I know we live in a world where almost everything is digital, and that is really helpful for being able to work across multiple devices with other people and making sure you don't lose anything. But my entire productivity system starts with my bullet journal. I started this when I was in high school. Now, granted, not my physical one sitting next to me, but it has been a system that I have used and refined to work for myself over the years. I initially used the Leuchtturm 1917 journals, which were almost everywhere on bullet journaling YouTube, and they eventually made the official bullet journals that the bullet journal website sells. But I really like the Archer and Olive ones. They have prettier designs. They have dot grids that are more pleasing to my eye because they're a little bit more faded, but their paper is thicker so that if you want to do art, which I'm basically incapable of doing, but if you are, that's awesome. You can do that in your bullet journal, and there are more pages for each journal than the Leuchtturm. I can't recommend it enough. It is linked down below. I swear by my Pentel Energel pens. They have gel ink in them, so they glide really smoothly, they don't skip, and they also dry pretty quickly. And most importantly to me, they come in so many colors that I can color code my life, so I can glance in my journal at any moment and know how much things I have in a day to do for personal life, health, work, and social engagements. I mentioned color coding. That takes another form in my bullet journal by time tracking, and I used to do a bar, but that would sometimes smudge the ink that I used to write the hours of each day. That was before I found my Energel pens. But what I really love is this thing called the Chronodex. It looks like a clock, but you can actually color in each hour, and it helps me track my time each day. Some people use it as a way to plan their day, to be like, I have meetings at this time, and I use it to say, how much time did I actually spend on a task? For my stamp, I use archival ink. Now, you might be wondering why I don't just get any cheap ink, and that is because I took a bookbinding class while I was in high school. It was super cool. And one of the things that I learned from my teacher is the importance of archival ink, especially for documents that are very old and you want to last over time. Now, I'm not expecting anyone to read my bullet journals, but I like to be able to look back at my old journals and see when did I do something. Maybe I took a note of something, and if it's faded, that is hard to do. Notion is my digital brain. It is where I keep all the notes for the content that I'm making for this channel. It keeps me on track with all the information I need about our titles. The most important part of Notion for me is the ability to collaborate with people and their database system. I use their database system as a kind of task list for my authors where I can add deadlines for them and we can collaborate, or they upload a file, I provide feedback, and then they keep working. It's a great system. Every single author of mine has their own Notion page that I share privately with them, and it's been a great system that I've had in place since the start of this company. Hello, Editing Zara here. Since filming this video, I have actually made the switch from Notion to ClickUp. Unfortunately, the automated import system for some reason broke all of our Notion databases when trying to move it into ClickUp, so I had to do that manually. But I absolutely love ClickUp's ability to send automated messages and emails and reminders to authors as deadlines approach, and to have a cheaper bill with the software than I was having with Notion. Now, Notion is still amazing, and I highly recommend it to anyone who is interested, but in the interest of transparency and honesty, I want it to be known that we at Inimitable Books have moved over to ClickUp. Next is the iCalendar and the Apple Mail app. It's simple, it works, it syncs across my iPad, my laptop, and my iPhone. But what's also really cool is that the Apple Calendar syncs with Morgan AI, which is a more affordable alternative to Motion AI, in my opinion. You can sync multiple calendars, you can time block your tasks, and their AI scheduler, Wow AI, will automatically move your tasks if something takes a little bit longer than you thought and allow you to optimize your schedule. You can even set blocks of time where you don't want any tasks to be scheduled, which is super helpful for someone who's trying to have a better work-life balance. Another thing that I absolutely swear by and have for years, definitely since I was in college, but maybe even when I was in high school, is the Forest app. If you've been to any of my live streams, whether it be on my own personal YouTube channel back when the pandemic was at the height, the original Inimitable Books channel, or this one, or our Twitch channel, you will know that I use this thing called the Forest app. There are other apps that are similar to it, and it is based on the Pomodoro timer method, where the original concept was you work for 25 minutes and then you take a break and then you keep going and you repeat it for a certain number of times. We have a timer on our YouTube channel that runs through it for you automatically. But what's really cool about the Forest app is that they have cool digital trees. It locks you out of distracting apps on your phone when you're supposed to be working. But if you have an emergency, the worst that happens is you kill a digital tree. You can also set it to be a little bit more permissive. And like I said, I was gonna mention the best thing about the app is that you're planting fake trees, but then you get focus time, which is fake money that you can then redeem to plant a real tree through their partnership with Trees for the Future. Another thing I use a ton is GoodNotes. Now there are alternatives like Notability. The Apple Notes app is getting more and more customizable, plus their free note app, which allows you to draw and mind map and a bunch of things. But GoodNotes is what I started using in college to annotate PDFs that my teachers would send us, or be able to scan physical books so I could do class reading without bringing around 5 incredibly heavy textbooks. And since then, I now mostly use it for handwriting edits on a manuscript if staring at it on a screen with track changes and the comments bar of Scrivener, Google Docs, or Word is getting a little bit too monotonous. I can handwrite on the document, export it, and send it to my author. I also sometimes do a little bit of extra work where I take those notes and then type them up for myself and then send them to the author. But I like doing this because it makes me really slow down and think a little bit more, because I'm handwriting and I'm not able to just type as fast as I can go. Plus, it gives my eyes a little bit of a screen break. You might be thinking that's still an iPad, what are you talking about? But I have a screen protector on it which filters blue light, and it definitely helps when I am working long days. The key to this whole system is how everything works together. My bullet journal handles my day-to-day, but then Morgan AI organizes it even better. My communication apps all sync together. Forest keeps me focused, and GoodNotes keeps all my notes in one place. The physical tools keep me grounded, and the digital tools handle the complexity of running a publishing business. It's not about having the most tools, it's about having the most effective ones to make your life easier. What's your go-to productivity tool? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe for more videos like this, other writing advice, and eventually behind the scenes looks at what it's like to run a publishing house.